18th of January. Here we are at the future home of the Cornerstone Group, bldg Construction Project, the Ambulatory Surgery Center. You can see we've had a really busy week. We're going to walk around the job site here and take a real good look and give everybody an update. What you're seeing here is the front of Suite 1. We've done quite a bit of work in there. We're putting in a brand new sanitary main, 6-inch clean out right there, and then each suite is going to have an independent feed going into each one of them. That way we have everybody with the same amount of plumbing to get wastewater out, or wastewater out. Another clean out. This is right in front of us is Suite 3. Now we have had to make a big change here. You can see out there in the parking lot, we have physically had to put a brand new attachment to the main. It goes down about 4.5 feet. That's where our connection is there. There's another connection that we have to put in for code. And then, as you can see, this one right here in front of us is going to saw cut over, and we're going to take it inside of this opening right here. So Suite 5, the new Ambulatory Surgery Center, will have its own separate sanitary to the main, which is exactly what they want. Now, if you take a look up in the top here, this week has been full of insulation. So the very top eave is about 50%. We have another 75% to complete on the interior insulation of the ambulatory center. And I'm going to take a quick look out here, and you'll see at the very top over here, back up enough, all of our EIFS is done. And now that EIFS is done, we're sealed off. That turned out fantastic. The new roof starts next week, and we'll start working on gutters and things of that nature and exterior painting. All of our window seals on the east elevation were poured this week. You can see them there. They turned out fantastic. Masons have been going strong as all get out. We're going to walk through here. In the Ambulatory Service Center, or Suite 5, it's a lot easier to say. Inside Suite 5, we have got everything knocked out completely. You probably saw that a few weeks ago. As we're coming into the common area, you're going to see that all of the windows are cleared out. We're in the process of tuck pointing them from the outside of all the suites. This one's going to have a lot of nice natural sunlight. There'll also be a lot of heat. Next week we're going to take off the roof. We're going to start with it, and we're going to start getting this back into shape. You can see the pink marks on the wall are going to be the new finished floor level, which will bring everything up and above the exterior grade. Now this little room right here is also part of the surgery center. You can see the plumbing trench. Now this is the plumbing trench that's going to be into the common room. Pick up our restroom groups right there. We're also going to have a pass-through. That'll go next week. We're going to have extremely cold temperatures next week, so it's going to be very important for us to keep everything as warm as possible. Everything's going to start getting cleaned up. We're also going to start looking at bringing the stone in place for next week. We'll meet up with the guys that are going to be doing the interior dense grade. Up here, you can see our front entrance demolition is continuing on. Last week with all the snow and this past week with the snow and the ice, we've not been able to get up on the roof too much. This will get demolition completely next week, and then the actual demolition of the brick wall on the outside will take place in the next 2 weeks. When we walk back in here to Suite 2, you can see the pink has got us a finished floor elevation, so we've got our gnome points for our doors. We also are going to open up a few doors, leave a couple things in place, and start getting these re-power washed and cleaned up. This gentleman right here has been working on this opening all day long. What we're doing is existing facility here. You can see where they bricked stuff up and took stuff out over time. You can see the arch of an old window or doorway. You can see the doorway in its place now. Well, these things are existent all over the place. What we're doing is we're going back in and putting all of the new windows back in place. which is pretty nice to have. After it's all said and done, it'll really look sharp. You see this right here, we have a failed beam. You can really see a good little spot of it there. A failure for the couple of beams that had years of damage and rot. What we've done is we've taken, with the compound cuts and the notches that have taken place in the carpentry, we have reinforced it. We've got two 20,000 pound bottle jacks underneath this one section. We got a 6,000 pound floor jack right there. Now the bottle jack is picking up the mainstay of the middle of the roof. The floor jack is trying to bring this other section into play, and then Monday we're going to have another bottle jack on each side, left and right, and it'll attach into the ceiling right below our sprinkler pipe. We'll slowly push the roof back into place, and then we're going to go about doing the remedial construction to get us a new load-bearing joist back into place, do the remedial attachments, the through bolts, and our ceiling is back up to par, which is something we really want to do. As a matter of fact, hopefully by the end of next week, that will be done enough in here to call this room just about complete. And we'll start working on getting the last of the concrete out and getting it cleaned back up. We're going to walk out here. Masons are still hustling up, making their own mix. Trucks are loaded up for the weekend. Our roofers come back next week, start on the shingle portion of it. And as you see here, we've got quite a bit of work done on the outside. Now this second tier wall is going to start being affected next week, and we're going to actually probably end up tearing that off and making it a load-bearing wall, and the new joists and trusses are going to sit directly on top of that. But you can see where the guys have been working this week. They've done some fantastic work on a 100 and some year old building. You can see it all in place. There you go. It's quite a bit of work inside to keep everything going like it is. You can see that they've been working on this side also. There's quite a lot of levels of mortar and patch that you got to do. And you look out here, this is our guys for the EFS material, and they have been rolling after it. That is no joke. With the temperatures, the sub-temperatures that are the way they are, they have really kicked a lot of butt getting up inside there and smoothing this stuff out. Fantastic. I love it when a plan comes together. You can see our window openings here on Suite 5 on the back side of the ambulatory service. This is our common area back here. We'll dress it up. You can see that our safety is completely in check. Make sure that all of our guys in all of ways are shape up or ship out. And I'm really glad that Allegiant Construction has a zero accidents in the last 4 years of construction. And me personally, in my career, I've only had one accident in 20 years. And I'm really blessed with that. My main focus on my job is to make sure that my guys go home every single day to their families. Alright, that, my friends, is a construction report. Next week we start with the continue on with what we're doing and continue on with some new stuff. The electric, the sanitary is going to kick off. We're going to go inside with it. We're going to be even colder next week. We're going to be in the 20s, which means a lot of labor is going to be spent next week. Not a lot of patching is going to be done until probably Thursday when we pour the other side of sills. But we are going to stay after it. So once again, we appreciate it, Cornerstone Group, and the trust they put into us. We will talk to you all next week.